Good evening and welcome to the show. This is Constant Caring Companions, working for dog rights, care and welfare. Tonight's show will start with, let me just get rid of that off the screen. Not as easy banner. Oh, it's at the top, isn't it? There we go. Yeah. So I stand for dog rights, working with the homeless, people who are homeless, got dogs that are seeking temporary accommodation. I've been looking at a few things this week. Some of it good, but other parts of it a bit dodgy. Like this one's a bit dodgy, but it's got potential. This is a young man here called Sam Judea, and he's got this what's the barcode, the homeless. He's doing a study in Oxford where the homeless are given barcodes so that they could get money, but as you can see over here, a caseworker co-manages the account with the actual person that's homeless, and it's on agreed targets. Now really, the person that should be looking after that is the person that's dealing with the homeless themselves. Like, if they've got a drug addiction, they've usually got a caseworker within the local health authority. So really it should be them dealing with that type of thing. It's not made clear in the actual video. But just to show you, if you have a look at this, just play it bit by bit in the fair usage policy for Facebook, YouTube.
Do you donate to homeless people by scanning them on your phone?
Now, particularly the thing that I didn't like was the fact that he's holding a barcode. It makes me feel like the guy's like a piece of meat, something you buy out of a shop. I understand that we are becoming a cashless society, but still, what the big issue are trying to do is, because they have recognised it as well as the sales have went down for the vendors, so what a lot of the vendors are going to start doing is having contactless cards where people can pay that way. But he's got a good idea. It started off a good idea, but it just seems like the person's an object. In my eyes, that's not a good thing. As you look at the video with the guy actually hand holding barcode, he looks embarrassed. He looks shocked, and that's no way to behave. So I'd like to see something done about it. Yeah, I think he's on the right track, but I think really barcode is not the answer. It's not the answer at all. That's like having an ID system where the person scans a barcode, it tells them a lot of information. What's wrong with actually talking to the guy and finding out for yourself? I've been on the streets myself. I was on the streets with my dog 5 years ago, and we're still in temporary accommodation, although we've got a flat, but it's still classed as temporary, so there's nothing secure in this country at the moment. And I found that with my dog, I started speaking to people. I started going out campaigning on the street corners, talking to people, saying, look, this is what's happening in the streets. There's a lot of dogs in the street, a lot of the homeless on the street with the dogs, and they're being discriminated against, which is completely wrong. But I fought my case and I fought my corner, and I ended up winning, and it got me off the street back into temporary accommodation with my dog. And my dog's my life, my dog's my family. So this is a good idea, but I think it needs to be worked. I think if there's any money involved, it should be done with a caseworker that works for the local health authority and not just somebody off the street. And I'd like to see how this goes. I don't think it'll go in Brighton, but no, I'm not happy about it. I think we're slowly getting into a society where we see people as an object, and that's wrong. We need to do things to help, but having a barcode just doesn't help at all. Doesn't help at all. It's just taking away talking to people. So anyway, that's with that. I mean, it's a good idea, but I think it's got a lot to be desired. Now, another thing that I'm quite passionate about as well is the banning electric shock collars for pets. And I think it's a long time in coming. When I was actually staying in Essex, there was a woman across from me. She got a puppy. It was a boxer, and the puppy was nice, but it was very energetic. But then I noticed it had this collar on it, and it had this huge box on it. And I said to her, "What's that?" She goes, "Oh, it's a shock collar." I remember one day she was out and she shocked the dog, and the dog fell on the ground. It was laying on the ground, and I thought, that is so fucking cruel. So I'm glad that that's gone now. I'm glad that it's gone forever. But I think whoever invented this thing obviously has a problem with animals. And if somebody has to go and buy something like that, you shouldn't have the animal. Give it up. If you can't train it properly, give it up. That's what obedience classes are for. Proper obedience classes will tell you not to use shit like that. But people still do it. And I've seen people, particularly over in the park at the Happy Valley Park, there's still dogs over there with these things on them. And I think that just makes a dog aggressive. I don't think it helps the dog in any way whatsoever. Right, let me get rid of that. So anyway, usually I do a grooming show, but I do that on a Facebook on a Sunday. So if you see down here, search for us on Facebook under Constant Canine Companions. We do a Sunday show where it's just dog grooming. I've got a Tibetan Terrier, long-haired dog, which I've been doing home grooming for, I think, the past 9 months, where I fashion his coat and the way that both is good for him and good for myself, more easy to upkeep. He has a line cut, so if you want to see what the line cut looks like, come in on Facebook on tomorrow at 8:30 GMT, and you'll see exactly how I do the dog. What else have I got here? No, that's really good. Yeah. So yes, I mean, please sub to our please sub to our Facebook as well. This is the first time I've used OBS in a live broadcast, so you're gonna have to forgive me because I'm just a bit all over the place with it. Yeah, so I've got that one. There was something else I wanted to bring up here. Bobbit, where is it? Do you remember this guy? This is this kind-hearted guy gave all his money to this woman so that she could get petrol because she was stranded, and she went on GoFundMe, got funds from over $400,000, and they went and they spent it all. But now what I found out is they'll be given 24 hours to actually cough up the money, which I think is absolutely excellent. And I mean, I think that is just pure utter scumbaggery of the highest order. I mean, it's bad enough being homeless, it's bad enough not having money, it's bad enough not having the creature comforts, but this guy was like a saint and gave all what he begged, or what came his way to her to help her get home, and that's how they repay him. They did a GoFundMe for him. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because the exact same things happened to me as well, but I didn't get 400,000, I got £695, which I was going to use for when I got this flat here, which was about 2 years ago, and I was staying in temporary accommodation in Percival Terrace, and I was going to use the money to I was going to get an engraver so I could do dog discs, engrave dog discs, and sell them to people on the internet and the Tibetan Terrier groups. And what ended up happening was is a drug, a, a junkie, called Russell. I won't say his full name because the guy was actually under witness protection program. He got severely beaten up by drug dealers that he ripped off. They got a hold of him and they practically left him for dead. But anyway, he when I was in Percival Terrace, one day my wallet disappeared, and I'm like, I think I've lost my wallet. I better go to the bank. But he said to me, "No, you've got it in your room. It's in your room somewhere. You'll find it." What I didn't realise was he accessed my computer, got the money from GoFundMe, took my card, and went and spent it all, and left me with nothing. I moved into this flat and I didn't have a penny. A couple of days I went without food. Luckily, Obi's never been without food in his whole entire life. Because I have a lot of people on Facebook, the Constant Canine Companions, they supported me, but that really hurt. I treated this guy like family, gave him money when he didn't have any, and that's how I was repaid. So I feel sort of like a kinship to this young guy here. I mean, not in the same amount of money, but it's sobering to know that it wasn't just me. It's been ripped off, but other people have been as well. Him by kindness, me by deceitfulness, and I think it's a horrible thing. Now, anyway, I'm going to cut this short. I was actually expecting to talk for ages and ages and ages, but really this is the first show, so it's sort of like a bit up and down. But what I would like, if people are watching this, is if you've got ideas that you want me to talk about on the show, anything to do with dog care, dog rights, grooming tips, ideas, please let me know. And please follow us on Facebook as well as YouTube. I look forward to seeing you all. So thank you all for tuning in, and hopefully I'll see you next week, or see you tomorrow at 8:30 on Facebook under the Constant Canine Companions. I'll just finish with a little video of Obi and his girlfriend Juna. So thanks for tuning in, and hopefully I'll see you all next week. Take care, good night, God bless.